myself somewhat based off these alerts as well that I was literally telling you guys about. So we'll cover all that. And then after we go through all that, I'm gonna open it up for Q&A. I want to see what you guys want to know, where you guys are at, how we can help you. So good morning to everybody in the chat right now. I'm gonna give another minute or two, and then I'll share my screen and we'll dive right in. And I'm gonna live stream probably every day or every second day. We're gonna try. I think this one should be recorded. I know Woods is actually streaming in Wealth Group, so he might be having that one recorded. But we're gonna try and record this one. If not, I'm gonna stream for you guys just consistently to give you guys as much value and education and opportunity with these bots that I can personally over the next little bit while you have the trial period. So. All right, I'm gonna share my screen here. You guys let me know when you can see it. All right, let me know if you guys can see that in the chat. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys. All right. So, welcome to Woodsbot. Glad to have you guys here. You guys have a very exciting opportunity to test out and trial the bots that we offer. We've only ever opened the Discord up one time before, so this is the second time we've done this. So, like I said, I'm going to put as much time, energy as I can into educating you guys, making sure you get as much value as possible from the bots, answer any questions you guys have. Like I said, we have extensive education, which I will point you in the direction of after this. And, all it takes is a few hours from you kind of understanding what I'm going to show you on this stream here, and then looking at the education section and really just diving in to really understand what these bots can do for you. We have a ton of members who have come from some with not a lot of trading experience, some with a lot of trading experience. So we have some beginners, some advanced traders, and, the strategies that I lay out in the education, people use on a daily basis and they make money in these markets, whether the markets are super shitty, kind of like you see right now, or the markets are really good. So, but today, right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over all of the bots inside the Discord and give you kind of like a 30,000 foot view of what the bots are and the information they share every time they give you an alert, or when some of them are like kind of information on demand where you can click buttons to get specific information on the market to then make decisions, find trades, things like that. So we're going to run through it top down. And any questions you guys have as we go through the bots, just ping me in the chat and I will answer those. And then we'll do like an FAQ at the very end as well. So good to have you here, Crazy Crow. All right. So one of the first bots I'm going to go through is our support and resistance bot. So this bot here is very simple, very intuitive. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And in the click of a button, this is going to generate you a chart. Now, this is going to show you support and resistance levels on those three majors. Now, these support and resistance levels are pulled from 3 years worth of data. So these are very, very, very concrete and reliable levels that you can take from here. You can see what they are. They give you the number and everything with the chart. And you can then put these on your chart and use them as levels to look for trades. Now I'll show you this example specifically on Bitcoin with these levels here. You can see that this is support, right? From this fade off, we had this dump off over the weekend. We found support here. Now, if you had these levels on your chart, you would have been aware of it and you could have been proactively looking to get into long positions or at least take profits off of your shorts from up here. But these levels will serve as very concrete kind of guide rails for you in the market, specifically on Bitcoin and Ethereum, to understand when the market is on support or on resistance. So for anyone new or advanced, it doesn't matter. Support resistance is one of the most fundamental and widely used things inside of trading. And this bot, like I said, you can't even eyeball levels as good as this because this pulls from 3 years worth of data and gives you these levels instantly in the click of a button. You can see Click daily. It will automatically generate you a chart, and you can take those and put them onto your chart. So what we can see here, these were the levels. So let me get rid of this here. Right, so you can see how the market reacted when we came into support. And these, you can see the 111, 999, 111, are the levels from this 4 hour here. So if you had these on your chart, these levels here, you can see how this acted as support. What this bot is going to do is it's going to give you support and resistance levels that you can then put on your chart. You can use to either take trades, or you can just use to gauge, whether the market is at support or at resistance. And you can see that you could have caught some nice scalps out of this here across the market as we caught a little bit of a bounce. So that is the support and resistance bot. Very self-explanatory. Click of a button will generate you those levels. Yeah, so Mr. Carrillo, good question. We are developing currently something very exciting that is going to be released in the near future, which is a Woodsbot indicator, which will give you these same levels on any coin in the market on any time frame. So that's still in the works, but that is something to look forward to in the future that is coming out. Currently, we have Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol. So what you can really use this for is kind of to gauge the majors and understand where is macro support, macro resistance in the market, and then you can use other bots that we offer to then, we're coming into support like we were last night on Bitcoin. And I'll show you how you could have used other bots that we have that gave a bunch of alerts, like the Monday range last night, where you could have then looked for longs as we came into support. But this is a very good bot for you guys to just like map out your Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol and understand like your macro levels. So that's the support and resistance bot. And then some of the main bots that majority of the Discord use, myself included, and these are the ones that you see a lot on the actual Twitter, the moves that you see in the kind of charts and stuff outside of the AI bot. These are really the ones that I personally use and a lot of other members also use, and probably the most actionable bots inside the Discord. So the three that I'm going to talk about are our RSI divergence bots, our OBOS bots. OBOS stands for overbought, oversold. It indicates to you on the RSI whether it's overbought or oversold, and the Monday range bot. So I'm going to run through those three right now for you guys. So we have different time frames for the RSI divergence bots. So we have the 15-minute, 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily. Now, at every single close, so every 15-minute close, every 30-minute candle close, every hourly candle close, on and on, you're going to get updated with an alert that looks like this. Now, this here is telling you across the entire market, when this hourly candle closed at 8 a.m., these are the coins across the whole market, all of the hundreds of alts that had a 1 hour bullish or bearish divergence confirmed. The coins that are, confirmed divergence in the market, which allows you to then understand that, like, okay, there's hundreds of coins and it can be very hard to figure out where and when to trade. This bot is going to specifically tell you the coins that are of interest to trade right now on that candle close. The ones that are like most likely to see a reversal because they are putting in reversal divergences. So you can see here, this was the alert at 8 a.m. So we break this down by high cap, mid cap, and low cap. So what this does is it tells you, okay, the high caps are more reliable because they have a higher market cap and more volume. Mid caps, slightly less reliable. They make a little bit more erratic moves. And low caps obviously make much more erratic moves, but can also lead to bigger moves. But this like differentiates them into buckets for you so you can understand kind of how much risk you want to trade, right? If you want to trade low caps, they're a lot riskier than trading a high cap. So the risk to reward is higher, but like at the same time, if you're new and you just want some reliable signals, you can use just high caps or mid caps. So we break that down to give you guys a bit of information on that so you can make a decision. And I'm just gonna explain what this all means here. So this means RSI divergence. This 12 is the number of candles between the first peak and when the divergence was created, and then this is the price here. So I'm going to show you a few of the hourly divergences that were on the charts last night. And these hourly divergences came in at the same time that Bitcoin came into support here, right? So what I'm saying is you could have had this kind of higher time frame macro support mapped out from our bot. And then when you start getting these triggers on our other bots telling you that there are potential reversals while Bitcoin's on support, you have pretty good chance of catching some longs, and you have like very clear invalidation, you have it on support, things like that. So these are some of the hourly divergences that played out last night. And these are alerts that pinged last night. So yesterday at 8 p.m., we got that final sweep down. You can see here, price made a lower low. Your RSI made a higher low. That's the divergence. Those of you that aren't familiar with divergences, there's educational stuff that goes over this in detail. I'm just kind of going to give you the overview of it right now, but you can dive into that after. And you can see here, this was one of the divergences from the alert. It was played out for 7.3% move there. And if you were struggling yesterday and the market was difficult, so I have it indicated for this purpose. Yeah, so exactly. So green inside the Discord. It's a good question. This means bullish, and the red means bearish. So pretty like self-explanatory, but yeah, that is good to clarify. So you can see here, well, the market's been dumping, so there's not a lot of bear divs outside of last while. But yeah, the red means bear div and the green means bull div. Good question. So basically, these bots, like I'm saying, are going to tell you exactly where and when to look for trades. Now, these are not buy and sell signals. If you learn to use them, they basically are, but you still need to do a bit of general TA, and you still need to you do need to manage your risks, but you need to just understand like how to play them. And that comes with the back testing, that comes with, paying attention to these, going into the charts, seeing what's happening. And I teach you guys extensively how to do this too. So you don't have to do it on your own. You just kind of have to follow what I'm laying out for you. Yeah, appreciate that, Crazy. Appreciate you. Let's take a look at ARB. So these are all just going to be the hourly bull divs that I'm going to just show you examples of. So you had this one here. Might be hard to see, but there's a lot of bull divs at the same time. You can see I highlighted ARB here, made the bull div here where price made the lower low, RSI made the higher low. That's your divergence. And you could have looked to position on that when you got the alert inside the Discord. This one's up 4%, and it's looking like it's going to mark out the low here. We have ICP. Same thing, and these are the same alerts. So you have the hype trade here, you have ARB, that's the one I just showed you, you have ICP. These all made 1 hour divergences at the same time. And again, this is when Bitcoin also came into that support. So you have a lot of like things that if you're paying attention to with our bots telling you that this is the area to look for longs, and now our bots are telling you where and when to look for longs on coins in the market. So you can see here, this one on ICP, about a 3.5% move, marking out the bottom so far. And again, there's a ton of different ones, and you guys can go and back test, and you guys can take a look, and you can see how these play out, right? Like that's how you learn how to use these. Anyways, that is the RSI divergence bots, and these are all the same. They're just different time frames. So if you're a scalper, an intraday trader, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour are perfect. You can find trades all day, every day with potential reversals just by paying attention to these bot alerts. Now, if you're if you're a swing trader or you're trying to understand higher time frame reversals, we have the 4 hour and we have the daily. So if you start putting in bullish or bearish divergences on the 4 hour and the daily, it's indicative of a potential higher time frame reversal in markets. So we have bots for low time frame, high time frame, scalpers, swing traders, whatever style of trader you are, we have bots for you. Now, the next bot I'm going to show you guys is, well, let's just, do you guys have any questions on the RSI divergence bots? Does it make sense? Is it pretty intuitive? You know, what you're looking at every close, it's going to tell you across the whole market which coins have a confirmed divergence. So you can skip time looking through charts. You can understand these are the coins worth trading right now. Beautiful, beautiful. I know because there's so many bots, it can be a little overwhelming. That's why I want to really dive in for you guys and just give you, you know, the 30,000-foot view, break it all down, and then you can go from here into the education stuff that I have built out and really start to understand how you can get value from trading these bots every single day. In order to take a trade, does a coin need to come twice under 30-minute div? Once can be enough. So what the bot's going to tell you is when the 30, the 1 hour, the 15-minute, the 4 hour, the daily divergence is confirmed. So the divergence has created and confirmed on that candle close, letting you know, Jay Canna or Jenny Canna, that you can now potentially look for a reversal on that coin. You have to do your own technical analysis. You know, is it on support? Is it at supply, demand, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's telling you that this is a coin of interest worth looking at right now. So I'm not going to analyze coins absurdity, but like, you know, I want to give you guys an understanding of the tools. I'm going to give you guys the education, and then let's get active in trials, right? Bot alerts you're seeing, questions you have on trades. If you're looking to enter something and aren't sure, like just ping me and the mods in there and stuff. And like, let's get active with working together because that's what Woodsbot is all about. Yeah, Mustafation. I think that's how you say your name. I have a ton of education stuff, like I said, that I'm going to point you guys in the direction of. Yeah, maybe Alchemist, if you could shoot in like the roles channel just for in there. My laptop's so laggy, it's gonna blow up if I do too much. But okay, so moving on, the next bot that we have is the OBOS bot. You're gonna get similar alerts in here, and it's gonna broken down by high cap, mid cap, low cap. What this bot is going to alert you on every 15-minute close, 30-minute close, hourly close, 4 hour close, daily close is what coins are overbought or oversold on their RSI. So that means this here. So you can see, so if we look at the RSI here, anything above the 70 mark here is overbought, and anything below the 30 mark here is oversold. When it's in these areas, it is indicative of a potential reversal because the coin is oversold or overbought on the RSI indicator. And, you know, the same as bullish or bearish divergences, you can look for reversals on this, but it'll tell you exactly which coins are overbought and which coins are oversold, and it'll tell you where they are on the RSI. Again, you can simply just wait for these alerts, open up the charts, skip going through hundreds of charts and trying to remember which are the best and this and that, and just execute based on things like this OBOS alerts or the RSI alerts. So again, pretty self-explanatory. You have a number of time frames, whether you're a scalper or a swing trader, and you can utilize these every single candle close to see which coins and when are worth trading. Appreciate you, Alchemist. Yeah, exactly. So like that's where things can get really, really easy for you, right? If a coin is oversold and you have a bullish divergence on it, you have two very clear indicators, two reversal triggers that this coin is of, you know, it's worth paying attention to and potentially taking a long on. So, you know, you can use one bot. You could just trade all day, every day off the OBOS 30 or the RSI 30. But when you really start to play around with the bots, you can get like you can start to piece things together with an overall market view, and you can start to piece multiple confluences together to get even higher hit rate trades. And just again, it's just delivered to you at the candle close. You don't have to go looking through all the charts. It saves you so much fucking time, and it makes it very simple. Whether you work a full-time job, you know, or whether you're just looking to like, you know, condense your time on the charts into like very like well designed time where it's like, okay, these are the coins of interest every close. Like I don't need to chart hundreds and get lost in like information overload. So that is the OBOS bot. Now the other bot, which I'm going to tell you guys about and show you here, that is one of our main trading bots that people use, myself included, is the Monday range bot. Very simple. Very simple. You know, when Monday's high or Monday's low is swept on any coin in the entire market after Monday range forms, you'll be notified in real time here. So very self-explanatory. Now I pointed out to you guys in the chat. Just let me find it here. So the ones that are new and the ones that are going to pay attention inside of trials chat, I'm going to be giving you guys the keys to these bots. I'm going to be dropping tons of alpha in there. So like pay attention, get active. But like, let's see here. Where was the Monday range? All right. Monday range was forming on Monday. When Monday closes, that's when Monday range is formed. Now, so I let you guys know it's going to close in 3 hours. You know, here are the strategies that you can go and watch the education on: Monday range trading plus divergences, and the Monday range masterclass. So you can get up to date on how to trade Monday's range and what the bot looks like. All right. Well, we got a bunch of Monday range sweeps last night, Bitcoin included, and I'm going to go over those now. So if you paid attention to what I had sent in there, you went through the education, you could have caught a lot of scalps using just the Monday range bot alone. Now you can also, obviously you could have tied that Monday range bot in with the RSI divs, with the fact that Monday was on the H4 support from the other bot that I just showed you. But you can see here, if you guys want Monday's range, you can, the indicator is just called Spaceman BTC. It's in the videos I show you guys, but you can see here, Bitcoin gave a very, very clean sweep of Monday's low, and that was a trigger for last night for longs. We SFP'd Monday's low. We got a very nice reaction from it on a lot of coins in the market, Bitcoin included. So you can see here, you were pinged in real time when Monday's low was swept on Bitcoin. At the same time, a bunch of other coins swept Monday's low. Here we have Pump. Pump came, swept Monday's low, SFP'd Monday's low. Very easy position to take here, and this one pumped almost 10%. You know, the market was very difficult yesterday. It's choppy. It's very hard to navigate, designed to take your money in this tight chop after that big move we had down. But with Woodsbot, you can get very clear indicators of when and where to start looking for trades, such as this Monday range bot. Okay, so pump fun, sweat Monday's low. Boom, you got a 9.2% move off of that one. And I pointed this out. So like I'm saying, pay attention to the things that I send in trials, because you know I've used these bots and helped develop them for over a year and a half. I know exactly what you guys need to look for, and I lay it out exactly step by step. I hold your hand in terms of how to use these things. So just pay attention to what I send in there. Spend a little bit of time going through the educational stuff, and you guys will literally be able to start developing strategies to make money every single day, regardless of how the market is, right? The market yesterday was very tricky, very choppy. You could have not taken a trade at all until Bitcoin swept Monday's low, and you could have executed a ton of different alts based off of our bots and made money without chopping yourself up. So Bera, again, beautiful sweep of Monday's low. Look at the reaction off of that, 10% up. These are just a few examples. You guys can go through Monday's low bot itself. You can back test. You can take a look at all of this. But in a nutshell, that is what Monday's range is. Now I'm also going to show you. We take a look, right? So you remember how I pointed out the support resistance bot gave us the support resistance level? Well, Bitcoin swept Monday's low right into support, right? Now, all of the things that I'm showing you being the RSI divergences on those other bots, Monday's range, you know, this is what I was saying, that the support resistance bot can give you really good levels and macro kind of like outlook on where to get long or short or take profits. This whole thing was support. Last night, you got Monday low sweep on Bitcoin alerted in real time, plus all those other altcoin alerts that I just showed you, which are just a few examples where you could have gotten long in the market while avoiding all of this mess in between. Anyways, that's Monday range bot. Let's get back to them. So those are the main bots that myself and a lot of the other traders use. Is the So we have Monday Range Bot, the RSI Divergence Bot, the OBOS bots, and the Support and Resistance Bot. Now we have a ton of other bots too that I'm going to go through here. First, let me just go through the chat. Let me see if there's any questions you guys have. When Monday's range is sweet, do we need to validate with bullish? You don't need to validate with it. But if you have divergences or you have OBOS alerts into the divergence, like you have more triggers and higher confluence of a trade, getting a potential reversal from that level. So you don't need it, it isn't required. But again, the more confluences you have on the trade, the higher the hit rate of that trade is going to be. What's going on, native? It's the same as Monday's low. So again, like I said, I have this pinned. So guys, pay attention. If you come into Discord, you can see up here. So I have all of the relevant information that I'm going to share pinned for you guys. So go into the pinned, look at this, Jenny Kenna, Monday Range Bot, go to this post, watch these videos, and I will break Monday's range down and how to trade it in extensive detail, especially in the masterclass for you. You'll have everything you need to know about it, where you could literally just trade Monday's range inside this Discord and make money every day. Well, not every day, but you know what I mean. You could develop a strategy where you can consistently over time make money using just Monday's range if that's what you wanted. So I give you guys right now, like I said, it's 30,000 foot overview. What are our bots? How to navigate the Discord? Kind of some examples, but there is extensive education on each individual bot where I handhold you on how you can make money and develop strategies with these. All right, so let's dive into some of the other bots that we have. So that's the RSI bots, the OBOS bots, the Monday Range bot, and the Support Resistance bot. So some of the other bots we have are a volume bot. Again, very intuitive, very self-explanatory. The highest volume and the lowest volume on 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. All you do is you click and you will be generated across the entire market which coins have the highest or lowest volume on the respective time frame you want to look at. Now this is kind of like market information on demand, these next kind of bots I'm going to go over. So these give you kind of a snapshot of where's the volume in the market on the specific time frame. If you want to see the highest daily volume on coins, if you want to look in the last hour which coins have the highest volume because you're not sure what you want to trade, this is going to tell you which coins have the highest volume on the respective time frame or the lowest volume, whichever you choose. The next one we have is a RSI heat map bot. Again, very intuitive and self-explanatory. We have 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour daily. Now you can come into this bot here. Let's click the 30-minute, and this is going to give you a very clear heat map of all of the altcoins in the market and which ones are overbought and which ones are oversold. So if you want to trade, the coins in the middle are not going to, depends what you trade, but if you trade reversals, you're looking for the coins, the outliers up here that are clearly overbought and could be due for a pullback. Or you're looking for the coins that are oversold and could be looking for a bounce. Now, this is a very useful bot. And again, market information on demand. Let's say last night when Bitcoin came into support that we had from our support resistance bot, or you got the trigger that it put in the Monday low sweep. If you came into this bot here, you clicked it in real time, you could see which coins were the most oversold, indicating that these coins would probably be good for a bounce if Bitcoin's going to hold that level. So market information on demand for you guys to navigate, use, complement your trading however you choose. That's the RSI heat map spot. Click of a button generates you a chart explaining to you exactly where all the coins in the market sit on their RSI. Next bot we're going to cover is the funding rate bot. So this one, unless you know what funding rate is, this isn't necessarily going to be very relevant for you, but I also teach strategies on how you can use this to catch really big moves. It's a bit more of an advanced understanding and kind of combining multiple bots, but instantly you can see the lowest funding coins in the market. So if you understand funding, this can be very useful for catching big moves, coins that are super negative funding and being shorted heavily, things like that. Again, just a click of a button across the entire market, you're generated this market info on demand. So that's the funding rate bot. We then have the gainers and losers bot. Same thing, top gainers, top losers, respective timeframes here. Click of a button. This is going to tell you the top gaining coins on the respective time frame. So this one's 5 minute and how much they've moved. So in the last 5 minutes across the whole market, what coins are actually moving? AKA, like, where should I put my attention? What coins should I be looking at? This is going to show you, right? Sign and siren are two coins that are clearly moving. And if you combine those, you go look at volume bot and you see that they show up in volume bot. Like, let's see. So yeah, so you can see here, sign, for instance, like let's just take a look at like sign. No idea what this coin is, but it's showing up as one of the highest volume coins in the entire market on the 15-minute time frame. It's also showing up as one of the coins with positive funding. So that means that there's probably a ton of longs on this thing. Either way, this is going to tell you where you can kind of piece things together. Now we also had it in the gainers. That's the one I was looking for. So in the top gainers, Sign is the top gainer and it's one of the highest volume coins in the market. No idea what this coin is. Honestly, I've never heard of it. But like, let's just see what this thing's doing. I mean, like, look at that, right? Like, you're going to be able to see where the volume, where the moves are in the market. Now, this has obviously already put in a move. But like, let's take a look at the 5 minute. Yeah, so I mean, these are crazy candles, but like, let's go to 1 minute. So catching this is difficult, but this is going to give you guys a good idea how you can. So you can see that this is one of the top gaining coins in the market and one of the highest volume coins in the market. This is a coin that could be worth trading. It's also one of the ones that's going to be very volatile. So like, you have to know what you're doing. Obviously, always manage your risk, blah, blah, blah. But our bots tell you where there are opportunities in the market. So you could piece together that this was a top gainer with some of the highest volume, and you could have looked for some sort of trade. Kind of hard when like the candles are 15% in 1 minute, but let's just say these are like 2-3% candles all the way up. You could catch this early by understanding that this is a coin where the market is focusing on. So just a bit on how you can kind of use these bots. Again, market information on demand that is always up to date. You want to know the top moving coins in the last 1 minute? You can see these. You can go into these charts. You can understand what they're doing. You can look to trade them. So that's the top gainers and losers, the funding rate, the heat map. We have these two bots here, which are going to show you liquidations. So it's going to tell you when shorts or longs are getting liquidated on ETH, Bitcoin, and Sol for the majors, and altcoins being, all the other altcoins. So this is a good indication of when one side is positioned too heavily, and you can see that now shorts are starting to get liquidated on coins like even say Bitcoin or ETH. Just a bit more information for you to interpret into your trading, however, or not. It's just another bot there for you guys. The next one we have is the EMA 200. So for those of you that use EMAs, I personally enjoy the 200 EMA. I think it is a great tool that is indicative of trend. So like if we are above or below the 4-hour 200 EMA, higher time frame, it's indicative of kind of the direction of the coin. So we can click here and you can see which coins are above the 200 EMA and by how much. Again, which coins are below. So, if the market starts breaking down, structure shifting across the market on coins, you can look at which coins are now starting to lose their 200 EMA if that is what you choose to trade, and that is something you look at. And you can see, which coins are losing that, and you can look at positioning like that. Again, though, just market information on demand for you guys. So I think that covers them all. Yeah. All right. That covers all of the bots. Again, guys, the main ones are the RSI, the OBOS, the Monday range, and the support and resistance. Now, I have extensive education, which I'll tag you guys in. And I keep saying that because I mean it, that you guys, whichever bot you're interested in, whichever bot complements your trading, whichever bot you know how to kind of look at that specific confluence, whether it's divergences or whatever it may be. Go through the education, ask questions in the trial. You guys need to take advantage of this opportunity. This is the second time we've ever done this. We do not do it often. I am going to put as much time and energy into getting you familiar with these bots, educating you guys on how to use them, pointing out opportunities, because I want to see you guys take and implement these. Now, even when this trial period is over, this does not cost you anything. You don't pay, there's no upfront fee, there's no monthly subscription. All you need is $500 on a trading account. That is just your personal money. We don't like, none of the money goes to us. And just sign up under our ref link and you will have full access to all of the bots that I just showed you. Not to mention, you'll have access to the education, all of the live streams that I put on at least once a week like this, plus the actual community who is literally making money with these bots in their own ways, their own strategies, collabing with each other, going over all the information shown from these bots literally daily. So just keep that in mind. Like, you have the trial period for now, and I'm going to do the most that I can, and we all will, because at the end of the day, I just want to see you guys win. And from there, like, this doesn't cost you guys anything to sign up. And just another thing that I want to point out is that if you do choose to sign up, we have a giveaway currently happening that I just want to make you guys aware of for $1,000 in cash. And it's going to be for those people who sign up under our Blowfin ref link. Now, you can find this on our Twitter. So if you enjoy this trial period and you get value from it, you can see the value that these bots and the community itself can bring to you guys, and you want to sign up for when this ends, make sure to just sign up under this, because you'll be entered into the chance to win $250. It's just going to be for people who sign up to Blowfin. It's going to be a random giveaway, and you can win free money. So I just want to point that out to you guys. It says winners chosen September 22nd, but we've extended it till the end of the month because of this free trial. We want to give you guys, the new people, the opportunity, if you do wish to join onto the ref link, to win some free money. So we've done that for you guys. All right, let me look at the chat here. We are going off 43 new messages. I appreciate you guys coming through and asking questions and stuff. This is exactly what I wanted. Presentation. Thank you, Crow. Appreciate you. Joined from ref. Right on, chess. So yeah, you'll get access to everything once everything's done. I did this. I already signed up. I love to see that you guys are signing up. I like, these bots you're seeing too are not the be all end all. Like, we have so much more coming down the pipeline. And like, I beat the drum every single time that the next 6 to 12 months can really change your life if you lock in. And I am literally dedicated personally to like making sure that every single person in Woodsbot is as locked in as they can be, is as up to date with how to trade these bots and market information as they can be. I want to see you guys win. Everyone at Woodsbot wants to see you guys win. There's no bullshit, there's no negativity in this community. This is like, every single person in this community is positive, uplifting. There's no stupid questions. Everyone will jump in and answer. Everyone is here to work together. And like, that's rare to find. I've been in multiple groups before, and it is extremely rare to find, and is exactly the culture that we cultivate here. I can't speak on that enough, that like, the community you get access to outside of just the bots themselves is priceless. So just keep that in mind. Appreciate you, Mr. Ben, Sam, everybody that's come through. And again, guys, right, I'll tag you in the chat now. So please, people who are paying attention right now and are keen on learning about specific bots, let me find that. All right, so what I'm going to send in the trials, this is everything you guys need to know. Now you understand what the bots are and the overview of the Discord. Now, there is a full breakdown of what every single bot is, specific strategies on each individual bot based on how you want to trade. There are ways to use the bot. Again, like I said, whether you're a scalper, swing trader, a range trader, a trend trader, doesn't matter. There's stuff in there for you. And then there are master classes, which are like hour and a half long, full breakdowns, one for the one for the RSI divergence bot, one for the OBOS bot, one for the Monday range bot, and then there are some for like combining bots and the other bots themselves. Spend some time going through this education, even a few hours today, so that for the rest of this trial period, you can actually utilize these bots. And again, just a caveat, remember, these are not buy and sell signal bots. They're bots telling you exactly where and when you can look for trades. Now, if you're unsure how to enter or an invalidation, whatever it is, just get active in this trial chat, guys. Like your questions, your thoughts on the bot is going to benefit everyone. And, I'm going to cultivate this, activity as best as I can because that's how you win. I've traded by myself before and I've traded in a community, and I cannot express enough how much trading in a community changes everything. So there's also the YouTube here, tons of videos on how you can use the bots and different plays that have played out so you can get an idea, and then recordings. I've done a live stream every single week this year outside of like maybe 3, and they're all there for you guys. We have interviews with other traders who use Woodsbot, like round tables. We have master classes. We have bot specific breakdowns, all of it. And then, yeah, there's testimonials here as well. If you guys want to see how other people are benefiting. Yeah, I want to do another one of those, Taco. Absolutely. All right, guys. Like I said, I appreciate you coming through. Please go through the education now that you have an understanding of the bots themselves, and just any questions at all about what the bot alert means, how you could trade it, what the chart looks like and what you're looking at. Anything at all. Like, let's get active, take advantage of this trial period. It does not come around very often, and take and get as much value as you can from this. I hope this was informative. I hope you guys have a better understanding now of what the Woodsbot setup in the Discord looks like. Yeah, no problem, you guys. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. I want to see everyone here win. I want to see everyone get as much value as they can from this. And like, let's fucking run it up. There are massive opportunities here in the next 6 to 12 months, like I said. I'll be here every single day with you guys in that chat, pointing out opportunities, education, and stuff like that. So hit me up if you have questions. Hit me up with anything at all that you guys need. Other than that, I'm gonna hop off. I'm actually going to meet Trader Taco in real life. First time meetup. Some Woodsbot members meeting in real life. This Discord becomes more than just people on a screen. These people become friends. They become family. That's it's like the Woodsbot ethos, and I hope that you guys can feel that, and I hope that you guys can experience that. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back in the chats a little later. Let's get active. Take care, guys.